the protagonist, Masa, never expected that simply heading home after work would result in a sexy, beautiful ninja wife falling from the sky. He was nearly hit by a steel beam, thinking he was about to be transported to another world, but the next moment the beam was sliced into pieces by the ninja. A beautiful girl in a tight, sexy outfit appeared before him, claiming that the object was not a steel beam, but a demon. Masa, who had always been unlucky with demons around him since childhood, was told by Lily that he had warrior lineage, and that ninjas were secretly protecting him as the righteous blade. Masa, a regular office worker, couldn't believe her outrageous story until he actually saw a demon, suggesting his warrior blood had awakened and he would face more demons. Lily offered to protect him closely with conditions. Masa sensed a future of being financially drained but couldn't refuse the attractive girl. She bluntly asked about his savings, his usual time of returning home, and if he had a gaming console, then looked at him with greedy anticipation. Despite his reservations, Masa brought her home. Once there, Lily changed into casual sportswear, looking completely different from her sexy ninja persona, and more like a NEET, begging Masa to support her. Masa agreed to her absurd request, and she made herself at home, eagerly playing games. Their days were spent with Masa cooking meals, buying games, and sleeping together, with all household chores handled by him alone. Masa enjoyed this because he had always struggled with social interactions, whether in school or at work, and was typically alone. Now, he cherished Lily's company. Lily praised Masa as the best man she knew, and she seemed flippant, but was actually quite shy alone in the bathroom. Whenever Masa faced danger, Lily was there to save him, but otherwise, she was just a NEET. Masa's doting made her feel embarrassed. Lily was touched when Masa said he didn't mind her being at home, making it hard for her to focus on gaming. She felt she couldn't continue like this. When Masa returned from work, he brought her a limited edition accessory from her favorite game as a thank you for protecting him. Lily was overjoyed, saying defeating demons was the least of her tasks, but delighted in the gift. She then challenged Masa to a game to prove her skills, but was soundly defeated, wondering if he had secretly gotten stronger. Masa modestly mentioned he had only won a championship once. After losing 10 games, Lily gave up, not realizing her frustration. Masa enjoyed spending time with someone else and looked forward to playing games with Lily again, which made her blush and eager to continue playing. But Masa had to do laundry. To keep him playing with her, Lily declared she would take care of all the laundry the next day, moving further away from her expected NEET lifestyle. While playing video games at home, Lily suddenly sensed a demon near Masa and quickly changed out of her sportswear to protect him. With only 10 minutes left for a timed mission in the game, she doubted she could finish off the enemy and complete the task, so she handed the gaming console to Masa. Surprisingly, Masa remained composed and continued playing. By the time Lily had defeated the enemy, Masa had collected a heap of rare items. Seeing the bounty, Lily was thrilled, and Masa was happy to see her happy. It had been over a month since Masa and Lily had signed a master-servant contract. Suddenly, Masa was informed by his company that he needed to travel for a week. Unable to accompany him, Lily gave him a charm to conceal his warrior lineage. She reminded him not to think that just because he had such a powerful item, he no longer needed a female ninja, noting how difficult it was to make such charms. Masa quickly assured her he would never end the contract, but worried about Lily managing on her own. He left her some meal money, which she spent all on the first day on figurines. When Masa returned a week later, he found the house littered with bean sprout wrappers and a famished Lily, who immediately begged him to cook for her. Masa didn't want to ask what had happened during the week. Instead, he presented her with a gift, which turned out to be the expensive figurine she had purchased. Lily was overwhelmed, questioning what her diet of bean sprouts throughout the week meant. The next day, Masa was not at home, but he had prepared food for her and left his usual work bag with a packed lunch inside. Having forgotten his lunch, Masa was about to buy something when he received a call from Lily, offering to bring his food. Before he could even hang up, Lily, being a top-tier ninja, appeared before him using a teleportation technique. Feeling useful, Lily couldn't help but ask for a reward as her favorite game had just been released. Masa agreed without hesitation. However, their conversation was photographed and posted on social media, catching the eye of another ninja who was looking for Lily. This ninja, a huge fan of Lily's, rushed to Masa's home only to see her idol in a NEET state, gaming after staying up for 2 nights. a stark contrast to the ninja queen she idolized. Heartbroken, Mochi burst in to confront her about her transformation, blaming it on Masa. On seeing Masa, Mochi was filled with murderous intent, but was stabbed by Lily before she could act. Lily pushed back with fierce words, warning anyone who disturbed her life, regardless of who they were. Mochi, who idolized this fierce side of Lily, was ironically infatuated on the spot, showing a twisted affection. Masa was dismayed by the scene, and Lily, embarrassed, punched the obsessive fan away, assuring Masa that not everyone around her was a pervert, unaware that another odd character was quietly observing them. Masa witnessed the most explosive scene of his life when the masochistic ninja Mochi, who he had once wanted to kill, transformed after being tormented by a demon. Previously, Mochi had interrupted Lily's gaming, causing her to pull 2 all-nighters. Just as she was about to complete the game, another uninvited guest, the junior ninja Hina, arrived, causing Lily to panic and yell, "Don't come over!" But then, their house lost power, and Lily's game progress was reset again. It wasn't intentional on Hina's part. She immediately apologized deeply to Lily. With the storm raging outside, they had no choice but to let Hina in. No sooner had she sat down than Masa's phone mysteriously cracked. It turned out that Hina had a naturally unlucky aura, which also affected those around her. She confessed that she had violated a ninja village taboo by developing feelings for her master and was asked to dissolve their master-servant contract. Hina preferred leaving the ninja village over leaving her master, but staying would mean constant bad luck for her master. Thus, she begged Lily to take her on as an apprentice. Lily reluctantly agreed and took Hina monster hunting, but Hina could only perform basic ninja techniques. Using anything more advanced would endanger her teammates. So, Lily had to focus not only on the demons, but also on guarding against friendly fire, dealing with the demons herself. However, she was certain that Hina had the potential to be more than a mid-level ninja. Building Hina's confidence was the next step. Just then, Lily nearly fainted into Masa's arms after having been awake for 2 days and nights. She tried to stand, not wanting to appear weak before her junior, but her legs failed her again. Masa quickly supported her. Seeing this, Hina felt guilty, blaming herself for Lily's condition and not wanting to cause more trouble. Unexpectedly, Hina's master appeared, not blaming her at all but grateful for her efforts. The air filled with romantic tension between them, prompting Masa to comment to Lily that they resembled them. Just as he spoke, the demon they thought was defeated rose again, charging at Hina's master. Hina stepped in front of her master, using a ninja technique with full force for the first time, although it was just a basic level technique. Lily yelled that it wouldn't be enough and rushed to help, but to everyone's surprise, the immense power of Hina's basic technique was enough to defeat the mid-level demon in one blow. Hina turned to thank Lily only to find she had accidentally injured her. Fortunately, with Hina's issues resolved, Lily could finally play her game in peace, securing her home. Masa, however, was worried about Lily's well-being, but she was fired up, determined to finish her game. Just then, Masa received a call to go to the office. Turning around, he found Lily had fallen asleep. He smiled, relieved, and went to the office alone with the charm Lily had given him. Instead of encountering demons, he ran into the yandere Mochi, who was still not ready to let Masa go. Envious of Masa's sweet life with the beautiful and powerful Lily, Mochi threatened to tear him apart unless he ended the contract. But Masa, having been informed by Lily, knew well that ninjas were not allowed to kill. Mochi actually let go, but just as Masa was about to have a serious talk with her, she suddenly attacked him. Masa quickly ducked down, and Mochi, now fully in her yandere mode, licked her knife's edge with flushed excitement, intending to make Masa experience real pain. However, the next second, a demon appeared out of nowhere and sent her flying, but masochistic Mochi found it thrilling. The demon then reached for Masa, while Lily was sound asleep, her hair twirling like a propeller, completely undisturbed by the noise. Masa's phone and charm were shattered, leaving him no way to contact Lily. As the Minotaur prepared to strike again, surprisingly, Mochi saved him. She enjoyed the Minotaur's hit so much that she couldn't resist wanting another. Of course, her main motivation was to earn praise from Mistress Lily. Mochi, with all her might, drew her sword and swiftly killed the Minotaur. Masa was shocked to see how powerful the masochistic ninja could be. However, unexpectedly, just as Mochi sheathed her sword, a second demon appeared behind her. What followed was a scene Masa could hardly bear to watch. Mochi was beaten mercilessly by the demon, moaning with each hit. Yet she was becoming increasingly anxious inside as she realized she was completely overpowered. Despite enjoying it, this was a forced pleasure. She couldn't believe that Masa, a mere ronin, would attract such a powerful demon. As the demon clenched its fist and launched a furious attack, Mochi, overwhelmed by the intense sensations, lost control of her ninja techniques due to the accumulated damage. The burst of power at that moment destroyed the demon, but also left her exposed. Masa watched Mochi still twitching on the ground and sensed something was off. Wait, why did she have a flat chest and a bulge below? The masochistic Mochi was actually a man. Caught with his secret revealed, Mochi no longer dared to speak harshly to Masa. He had always struggled with having a feminine face while possessing a male body, which he despised. Thus, he had used ninja techniques to alter his body. Tearfully, Mochi begged Masa not to tell Lily, even assuming such a posture, only to be caught by Lily herself. Desperate not to let Lily see him like this, he threw himself on Masa to cover his front, not realizing this would only anger Lily more. She demanded Mochi get off her master, but Mochi claimed he couldn't. He asked Masa for help in hiding his front. But facing the overwhelming fury from Lily, he found the situation strangely exhilarating, even thinking it wouldn't be so bad to be killed like this. Thankfully, Masa intervened, telling Lily that Mochi had exhausted his strength saving him from the demon and could barely stand. Taking Masa's word, Lily believed him. Meanwhile, Mochi stuffed 2 balls into his chest to face Lily confidently. Unexpectedly, Lily didn't suspect a thing and watched as Mochi limped away. Since the last time she failed to protect Masa in time, Lily has been consumed by guilt. She feels her only purpose is to protect Masa, which justifies her staying and freeloading. Now that she has failed even in her primary duty, she feels too ashamed to stay. However, Masa would never let his wife leave and quickly confessed his true feelings. Living with Lily had also healed him. He felt genuinely happy seeing Lily enjoy the meals he cooked. He also enjoyed spending his days off playing games with her, so he wouldn't consider replacing her with another female ninja. Hearing this, Lily felt fully revitalized and decided to shamelessly stay. While Masa was taking out the trash, he noticed new neighbors moving in, Hina and Mochi. Hina had already greeted Lily, while Masa met Mochi downstairs. They immediately invited the newcomers over and asked why they had moved. Hina moved because her master was transferred, and Mochi's mission designated this place as his new base. Lily felt like the sky was falling, but Hina quickly explained that she rarely experienced misfortune when with her master because being happy seemed to counteract her bad luck. Moved by this, Lily immediately grabbed Nakayama's hand, pleading with him to make Hina happy. Mochi, on the other hand, showed no reaction. His real reason for moving was to change Lily's mind, unaware that she had already seen through his intentions. When Lily confronted him about what he wanted with Masa that night, Mochi, wrapped in murderous intent, went crazy. He wouldn't admit that he stayed around Lily just to be yelled at and beaten by her. Although Lily disliked her colleagues moving in, she had no right to ask them to leave. She only warned them not to disturb her peaceful life with Masa, which nearly made Mochi's eyes bulge out of his head in rage. His idol had been so easily snatched up by Masa. However, their presence had its benefits. When Masa fell ill with a cold, Lily saw it as an opportunity to repay his kindness. She rolled up her sleeves to cook, but the result was so bad that even she couldn't eat it. She awkwardly asked Masa if he wanted ice cream instead. Realizing the cooking disaster, Masa told her where his wallet was. Lily grabbed it and went out to buy a feast for Masa, but encountered a demon right outside, which she defeated instantly. However, the wallet then disappeared. Fortunately, Hina and Nakayama ran into her, and Hina taught her how to make porridge. In Lily's eyes, Hina was like an angel. Seeing herself as useless except in combat, Lily was amazed by Hina's willingness to cook for Masa, who quickly clarified that their relationship was not romantic. Hina then hurried back with the porridge but invited Lily to cook together again. When Masa tasted the porridge Lily made, he couldn't stop praising it. However, Lily was too nervous to stay for his judgment, and had to calm herself with a card draw, only to find that the limited-time card pool had already ended. Devastated, Lily continued to vent her frustration in the game. Today, Masa went grocery shopping, and the cashier, a part-time high school girl who lived in the same apartment building, had been quietly observing him. Previously, Masa's gaze seemed vacant, but lately, he had looked more spirited, all thanks to that woman. Initially, the high school girl thought he was living with his girlfriend, but after observing for a while, her love radar had no reaction for Masa. Disappointed, she had hoped for a lively love life between them. When Masa first moved in with the beautiful older woman, Asakura was thrilled, expecting to witness an adult romantic cohabitation. However, since day one, the woman had barely left the house, leaving all household chores to Masa while she played video games all day, only leaving the house to buy bean sprouts occasionally. Sometimes she felt guilty and offered to shop with Masa, but she would end up collapsing into his arms due to exhaustion from gaming all night. Despite this, Masa remained unmoved, confirming to Asakura that they weren't in a romantic relationship. In contrast, the new couple, Hina and Nakayama, openly showed affection, making Asakura full without breakfast from just watching them. One day, Masa suddenly asked Lily why she never took off her ninja suit. It was all because of laziness. If a demon appeared, Lily could quickly strip off her top and jump into action, eliminate the demon, and then return to her gaming immediately. Moreover, her ninja suit was made by materializing ninja essence, which could be regenerated at any time to become a brand new outfit. Of course, her jacket still needed washing. So, Masa gave Lily one of his hoodies as a spare. Once she put it on, Lily realized it was the legendary boyfriend hoodie filled with Masa's scent. But before she could get carried away, she noticed someone on the balcony. When Asakura returned, she walked in just as Lily was throwing Mochi out the door. She had never allowed Mochi within her line of sight. True to form, Mochi began acting crazy, begging Lily to scold him more and even crawling towards her on his knees, only to be punched away by Lily. However, Asakura's focus was surprisingly on the hoodie Lily was wearing. She rushed back to her room, which was filled with romance posters. It turned out Asakura was a lover of romantic comedies and had assumed Lily had no capacity for romance. Yet here she was, a user of the boyfriend hoodie. It seemed Asakura needed to improve her judgment. Therefore, she decided to continue spying, or rather, observing them. Next door, after waiting for the hoodie to dry, Mesa gave it back to Lily. Lily had already removed her ninja suit and was now wearing the hoodie close to her body. She found herself unwilling to switch back to her usual sports shirt and even thought about wearing it permanently. Masa's laptop suddenly broke down, and as he was considering whether to buy a new one, Lily called him over to play games. This time, Lily finally won, beating Masa for the first time, and she couldn't help but show off, eagerly asking for another game. While playing, Masa told Lily he planned to buy a new computer, one that both of them could play games on together, but he wasn't very knowledgeable about it and hoped Lily could go with him. Lily was more than willing, and quickly realized this was essentially a date, and their destination was Akihabara, a haven for anime fans. However, Lily had no suitable clothes apart from her sportswear, and the shops were already closed. She decided to ask Masa to wait at the station the next morning while she quickly went to ask Hina for help. Unfortunately, Hina was out on a date, but Mochi from next door heard the commotion and invited her over. Upon learning Lily wanted to borrow clothes, Mochi couldn't miss the opportunity. With no other options and facing an overly excited Mochi, Lily reluctantly fulfilled his wish. Not only did she pick out a satisfactory outfit, but Mochi also did her makeup and seized the chance to ask if her relationship with Masa had surpassed that of master and servant. Lily tried to deflect Mochi's probing by praising Masa, saying living with him felt very healing. But Mochi quickly pointed out that Lily sounded more like Masa's pet than his lover. Lily pondered this and realized it might be true, but Mochi started to sow discord among them. However, Lily wasn't having any of it and managed to leave after threatening Mochi with force, who was satisfied with getting his way. Meanwhile, Masa was waiting at the station, thinking Lily didn't care much about appearances since she had previously come to their company dressed casually. He was surprised she wanted to change clothes today, realizing he might not understand her as well as he thought. When Lily appeared, transformed and stunning, she turned heads, but she was also concerned about what Mochi had said. Determined to understand Masa's feelings, she was nervous that her style might not suit her. Fortunately, Masa didn't disappoint, immediately complimenting her beauty, which flustered Lily so much that she rushed to the restroom to calm down, clearly smitten by Masa's kindness. Together, they headed to Akihabara, the mecca of anime. Stepping out of the station, they saw Maid cafes and various shops that delight otaku. Lily, in her element, forgot all about her nerves, excitedly visiting all the shops she liked, forgetting their original purpose was to buy a computer. Masa didn't want to dampen her spirits and joined her in buying crepes. It wasn't until they were eating that Lily remembered she had dressed up to clarify Masa's feelings, recalling his compliment and feeling joyful again. To calm down, she went to buy ice cream alone. Just as she left, Masa ran into an old high school friend and his girlfriend. The friend, being frivolous, immediately asked about Lily and joked about their relationship. When Lily returned with her ice cream, she overheard the friend jokingly calling her a pet, which made her feel down. But the next moment, Masa firmly denied it, saying Lily had healed him and he never felt like he was just taking care of her. She was very important to him. The high school friend, seeing Masa's seriousness, was left speechless, wishing them happiness before quickly leaving with his girlfriend. Lily was deeply moved by Masa's words, her emotions overwhelming her to the point of tears, feeling both the warmth and gentleness of the moment and a bit of coldness, only to realize her ice cream had melted. By the time the two finished buying the computer, it was already evening. Masa didn't realize Lily had overheard his words and just felt that she was acting a bit unusual today, wondering why she was blushing so frequently. In fact, Lily was just too shy to look him directly in the face. But thinking about how Masa always expressed his emotions openly, while she had been avoiding doing so, she decided to take the initiative. She grabbed Masa's hand and was about to confess her feelings when a tactless monster appeared and disrupted the moment. Frustrated, Lily punched the monster, exploding it on the spot. Covered in blood, she was unable to continue her carefully prepared speech and ended up crying breathlessly. Meanwhile, at the entrance of their apartment, Asakura was lying in wait. She had overheard Masa and Lily planning to go out early in the morning, and, considering herself an expert in love, she wanted to confirm whether the two were a real couple. After waiting all day without seeing them return, she wondered if they might have decided to stay out overnight. Just as she thought this, she saw them approaching, with Lily crying in Masa's arms. This made Asakura even more curious about what they had done. The next day, Asakura complained to her best friend that they obviously went on a date, and although living in the same apartment, they had arranged to meet outside, which she considered a romantic gesture. Asakura wanted to observe their entire date, but realized that would be too creepy. So she settled for watching from the apartment entrance, where her friend teased her for being a love virgin, with no right to judge adult relationships. This struck a nerve, but Asakura also reflected on herself and realized she shouldn't impose her own standards on others, as love varies from person to person. She recalled her neat freak sister, who once saw the possibility of love through her boyfriend's hoodie. Reinvigorated by this thought, Asakura began spying on Lily, who came out to pick up a parcel and seemed very happy. Asakura wondered if this was a sign of love, but it turned out the package contained the high-end gaming computer they had bought a few days ago. With this, Lily could play games freely. Just then, Mochi appeared, and as ninjas, they both sensed that someone had been watching them. However, they didn't take it seriously since the observer seemed harmless. Lily noticed a look in Asakura's eyes, a longing typical of her age for mature women, an unavoidable fate for a genius beauty ninja like her. Mochi, of course, sided with Lady Lily, but she had come to remind Lily about returning the clothes she had borrowed. Lily felt embarrassed, especially since the clothes were stained with blood, and she planned to wash them before returning them. Mochi, however, was reluctant to have them washed, cherishing the clothes that had wrapped around Lily's beautiful body and bore her sweat and scent. To him, washing them would be a waste. Realizing Mochi was still the same old pervert, Lily knocked him away with a single punch, which oddly seemed to satisfy him even more. The priority was to set up the new computer, and while Asakura kept watching them, she felt disappointed, thinking her sister had no hope for love. She then shifted her focus back to Hina and her master, a couple who couldn't stop flaunting their affection even while shopping, captivating cashier Asakura. That was the kind of love she aspired to. Unexpectedly, on her way back from work, Asakura ran into Masa. Since he didn't have to work the next day, he was buying snacks in preparation for a whole day of gaming with Lily, who was thrilled about the new computer. Seizing the opportunity, Asakura curiously asked Masa if he handled all the household chores, wondering how he managed both work and home. Masa saw no issue with this arrangement, especially since Lily always diligently protected him, a task only she could do. He felt no need to discuss these matters with outsiders, and doing household chores was trivial for him. Lily always made sure to thank him sincerely, a simple gesture that brought him immense happiness. As soon as Masa reached the door, Lily couldn't wait to open it and welcome him. Seeing them happily chatting, Asakura had an epiphany. Perhaps relying on an understanding boyfriend who helped with everything, allowing her to play games all day without working or doing chores, could also be considered true love. Well, it did sound pretty nice indeed. Once a ninja becomes a member of a ninja village, they are never allowed to betray it. Anyone who betrays the ninja village will inevitably be hunted down. Clearly, Lily was facing a new round of trouble. Today, Hina went to pick up her master from work and sure enough encountered a demon on the way. Fortunately, after some time training, she could easily handle it. However, while she was affectionately chatting with her master, a blonde twin-tailed girl suddenly interrupted them. This person was Kanai, the leader of another ninja village and Lily's archenemy. She threatened Hina, the traitor, to take her to see Lily immediately. With no choice, Hina led her to Lily's house, where Kanai immediately challenged Lily to a duel. Unfortunately for her, Lily was busy playing video games and couldn't be bothered to even comment, only reminding Kanai that she had never beaten her before. This stirred up all of Kanai's unpleasant memories, and she lashed out at Hina for leaving the ninja village without telling her anything, scolding her severely. Seeing Hina becoming increasingly downhearted, Lily panicked, fearing that this would trigger her bad luck. Frightened, she quickly tried to cast a mirror barrier. However, before she could activate it, Hina's negative emotions had already reached a critical level. Not only did she destroy the house, but she also sent Kanai flying out, landing right next to Masa downstairs. Masa quickly carried Kanai back, only to find the room had already returned to normal. Mochi, hearing the commotion, rushed over. The mirror barrier wasn't cast by any of the ninjas present, so who could it be? Masa couldn't help but ask what a mirror barrier actually was. In fact, it was a barrier set by ninjas during battles with demons. Once activated, the space around the caster would transform into a special area known as the mirror barrier. In this space, nothing exists except the target and the caster, so no matter what happens inside, it does not affect the real world. Masa was astounded by this explanation. No one present wanted to engage with her. They were only concerned about who had set up the mirror barrier that could cover the entire apartment building. It must have been a very powerful ninja. The doorbell rang the next second, and Masa heard the landlord's voice outside. He opened the door to let them in. The landlord immediately flashed behind Lily and held a kunai to her throat. It turned out the landlord was also a ninja, and not just any ninja, but Lily's mentor and the former captain of the ninja village's secret force, Saya. Saya had defected from the village before Lily did, and after leaving, she became obsessed with making money and had since become involved in various industries, becoming a billionaire. Additionally, she had gathered ronin, or masterless samurai, in this apartment building. Long ago, when demons suddenly appeared, samurai families who had inherited secret techniques through generations joined forces with ninjas. Those who had only inherited the bloodline and left the clan were known as ronin. Masa was among them. Gathering them here to protect them was also Saya's way of doing favors. Of course, since Lily and the others had just destroyed the mirror barrier she had set up, they now owed her compensation. Saya stated that repairing the barrier would cost at least 1 million yen, and this expense would definitely have to be borne by them. The next day, she took the 4 ninjas to a shop she owned, a ninja maid cafe. The maids there used genuine ninjutsu and were all real female ninjas who had left the ninja village. Lily and her group now had to work there to pay off their debt. The new batch of ninja maids was of very high quality, and customers were immediately attracted to them. Thus, the novice maids, without any prior training, were thrown into the deep end and began serving customers. First was the clumsy maid Hina, who, when a customer ordered a ninja burger, tried to emulate her seniors by applying ninjutsu to the burger, but ended up blasting the customer's hair off. However, the customer wasn't angry. and actually praised the clumsy maid for being fantastic. Next was Mochi, who only cared about Lady Lily and was reluctant to serve others. Unfortunately, some customers enjoyed his fierce demeanor, finding his surly face refreshing. Then there was Kanai, who clearly belonged to the tsundere type and had no interest in listening to a chubby fan's long speeches. Just as she was about to lose her patience, the fan complimented her, saying, "Out of all the new maids today, Kanai-chan is definitely the cutest." This captured Kanai's heart and instantly brought out her tsundere nature. The only one struggling was Lily, who had been a homebody for too long and didn't even know how to interact with strangers. She almost threw up just trying to speak. Wondering how she would ever be able to pay off her debt and return to her homebody lifestyle, Lily decided to give it her all. After mentally preparing herself, she walked back into the hall only to find Masa and Nakayama had also arrived. They saw Lily with a sweet smile, calling them Master. Masa was stunned. He had been called by Saya to help, but encountered this situation instead. Lily was assigned to serve their table. Already harboring secret feelings for Masa, she was even more confused. But no matter what she said, Masa was very cooperative. Unfortunately, she still couldn't finish the spell. Meanwhile, Hina spotted her master and, startled, threw the alcoholic drink she was holding. Lily immediately rushed over to support her and ended up drinking the alcohol, after which the poor drinker Lily passed out on the spot. When she woke up, only Masa was by her side. Lily couldn't help but start a drunken rant, lamenting how hard she had tried but still couldn't do anything right. This just wasn't for her. Masa comforted his little pet, acknowledging all the effort she had put in. "Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses," he said, suggesting that they find another way to pay off the landlord's money if she was struggling so much. Lily was once again touched by her master's kindness, sincerely calling him master and telling him how important he was to her, only to start vomiting immediately after. Despite the chaotic 3 days, the four of them successfully met their work targets. Kanai had the highest sales, almost double that of Lily. Finally surpassing Lily in something, Kanai didn't hesitate to mock her. Even Saya praised Kanai's talent, making her blossom with joy. But Lily could tell that her old teacher was probably up to no good again. Today marked the end of their work. Saya said they could take their maid uniforms home. Hina definitely planned to take hers, especially since her master had nosebleeds seeing her in it. She also told Lily that Mr. Masa seemed very happy, and after taking care of a drunken Lily, he appeared a bit shy. So, Lily, who initially planned to throw her uniform away, decided to take it home too. On the other hand, Masa's feelings were complex. Lily, having drunk too much, could not remember anything she said that day. Did that mean his statement about being important to her was just a slip of the tongue while drunk? Meanwhile, Lily was at home, still conflicted, but eventually mustered the courage to wear the maid outfit to greet her master when he returned. As soon as the doorbell rang, she rushed to open it, only to find Mochi. It turned out she had accidentally taken his clothes. Mochi was thrilled to see Lily in his outfit and became overly excited until Lily punched him out the door. Soon after, Lily sensed Masa was in danger from a goblin. Masa had just picked up a steel rod to fight when Lily suddenly appeared and killed the goblin instantly. Masa had helped her so much that she felt handling fights was a small way to repay him. Masa, noticing the clothes Lily was wearing, saw her stumble through an explanation that her master had forced her to wear them, not that she wore them to please him. Back home, Masa cooked a lavish dinner for Lily. He wanted to ask her opinion about him, but seeing her focused solely on the food, he couldn't bring himself to say anything. He thought continuing this way was fine. Cooking for Lily, playing games with her. He was happy with such a life. However, their teacher Saya couldn't stand by and watch. She burst into their house with bad intentions, stating that Lily had no desire to change her situation and should leave since her apartment didn't welcome ninjas like her, especially with a master like Masa who had that particular lineage. Masa was confused by her words, but Lily switched to combat mode, though she was no match for her teacher and was quickly overwhelmed. Saya questioned Lily about how long she planned to drag Masa down with her incompetence. Lily's first instinct was to flee, but she was knocked down by Saya again. Unexpectedly, Masa stood in front of her and told Saya that no matter how skilled a ninja she couldn't drive Lily away. His current life with Lily was the most important thing to him. Saya backed down temporarily, respecting Masa's wishes, but warned Lily to think carefully before leaving. The next morning, Masa saw Lily standing alone by the window. She then told him she had decided not to be a NEET anymore. The shut-in ninja claimed he was no longer a shut-in, but what job could Lily, who was only good at fighting, do? After sending out many resumes without a single acceptance, she ultimately had to swallow her pride and return to Saya's Ninja Maid cafe. There, unexpectedly, she met Kunai. Kunai was there because the ninja village was running low on mirror barrier charms, which only high-level barrier ninjas like Saya could produce in large quantities. For the safety of her village, Kunai tearfully applied to be a maid. However, today's interviewers weren't Saya, but another maid from the cafe. The interviewer first asked Lily why she wanted to work there. Lily blurted out that she was attracted by the sparkling ninja maids, but Kunai saw right through her, suggesting that Lily had no other job options. This sparked a retort from Lily, mocking Kunai for enjoying her role as a maid despite being a leader. They started arguing in front of the interviewer, but luckily, Saya had already decided to hire them and had considered the situation in Kunai's village. Hearing how thoughtful Saya was, Kunai felt motivated. Tsundere, a trait irresistible to shut-ins, saw Kunai surrounded by them, and Lily felt this was just fine. Besides finding a job, she had also taken over all the household chores. Although she claimed to be fine, she was nearly fainting. Masa, seeing her like this, felt sorry and suggested they move out of the apartment to keep the landlord out of sight. However, things weren't so simple. After becoming a rogue ninja, Lily had been living a life of helping Ronin while being a shut-in. Usually, after driving away demons for about a month, no more would approach the Ronin. Then Lily would leave to find her next master. She hurriedly explained that her relationship with these people was purely professional, unlike with Masa, whom she had been protecting for 6 months. The increasing demons indicated that Masa was not an ordinary Ronin, but a warrior of impressive lineage. If left unchecked, the demons would become stronger, until even Lily couldn't handle them, unless using the master's power. This power, known as Earth Vein Power, could be channeled by warriors into their ninja servants, significantly enhancing their physical capabilities and ninja techniques, even healing injuries. However, Lily didn't want to drag Masa into battle and decided to upgrade on her own. She also wanted to be independent from Masa, taking on work, cooking, and all household chores to protect their happy life. Lily was fervent in her resolve, but Masa felt pained seeing her so determined and couldn't sleep that night, feeling guilty for letting her do all the work. That night, Masa finally awoke to what he truly wanted, to protect Lily's smile. However, a new crisis emerged as 2 humanoid demons descended to Earth. Lily, busy with work, no longer had time for gaming. So, during her breaks, she started drawing mobile games on paper to maintain her skills. As she finished explaining, her break ended, and she used the ninja technique self-erase on herself. This technique helps one discard personal desires and focus on the current task, similar to hypnosis. Lily immediately switched into work mode. Meanwhile, after defeating several people, the 2 humanoid demons fell in love with human food. However, they soon targeted Masa, recognizing his impressive lineage. On the other side, Lily went to deliver charms to Hina, who didn't know how to use the mirror barrier. Embarrassed by Lily's exhausted state, Hina urged her to rest instead of accepting the charms. Lily was visibly stressed to the limit, but what truly upset her was the ending of a mobile games event. She had saved items for a character, but now couldn't use them. Hina suggested Lily return to gaming to use her items. Still, Lily kept her promise with Masa. Then Nakayama rushed out with his phone, announcing he had pulled the character Lily wanted with a single draw, which made Lily cry and run away. At the same time, Mochi was battling demons when he received a message from Lily. He immediately finished off the demon and rushed over, wondering why Lily suddenly called him, fearing it might be due to the scandalous acts he'd done. Nonetheless, he was excited about the potential reward. Upon arriving home, he found Lily lifeless, devastated by her loss in the game. Knowing Momochi's past as a spy in the village, she asked him to discreetly get rid of her phone to avoid game notifications and new game ads. Lily spoke gently to Mochi, acknowledging his efforts in keeping her whereabouts hidden from the ninja village, which would have otherwise sent assassins after her. Although Mochi had his quirks, Lily trusted his loyalty. Overwhelmed by such gentle treatment from Lily for the first time, Mochi also felt a sense of emptiness. After work, Lily bought groceries and went home. Seeing that Masa hadn't returned yet, she tiredly collapsed onto the bed and fell asleep. Meanwhile, Masa, who had been training constantly, was finally found by the two demons. Fortunately, Lily arrived just in time. Unexpectedly, one of the demons recognized her as a potential leader of the ninja village. Lily noticed that the pink-haired demon seemed to be of the same kind as Kunai. The green-haired demon, constantly on his phone, found old footage that labeled Lily as a shut-in, which moved the pink-haired demon to tears, believing Lily must have suffered greatly. They resolved to capture her, strangely not sounding like villains. Lily urgently warned Masa not to lower his guard and suggested they quickly defeat these foes and head home. Her dismissal of the enemies as non-human angered the volatile pink-haired demon. As they prepared to fight, the green-haired demon set up a demonic mirror barrier, allowing his teammate to battle Lily while he played on his phone. The pink-haired demon's taunting infuriated Lily to the point of helpless rage. On the other side, Kunai was working diligently at the cafe, quickly becoming the top salesperson since her return. Unfortunately, Saya was not around, but just as the welcome settled, Saya returned, supported by a maid, and immediately asked Kunai for help. Simultaneously, Lily was defeated by the pink-haired demon and passed out. The pink-haired demon attempted to take advantage of her vulnerable state, but Masa quickly stepped in to protect her. Just in time, Lily regained consciousness. As Masa's guard ninja, she was determined to protect him. However, harsh words alone couldn't bridge the gap in strength, so Lily considered sacrificing herself. Saya had been right. She had known this moment might come, but had avoided facing it, unwilling to end her happy life with Masa. Having served many masters, only Masa had truly accepted her. Thus, she was prepared to sacrifice her life to protect him. After speaking, both Lily and the pink-haired demon charged at each other. The pink-haired demon swung her scythe first, and Lily was hit again. At that moment, Masa finally awakened, realizing that he had been endowed with something precious all along. Now, it was his turn to protect Lily. His hand suddenly glowed with a golden light, blocking the pink-haired demon's attack with one hand. Lily seized this opportunity to counterattack, temporarily driving back the pink-haired demon. It turned out the golden light was Mesa's master power, which he instinctively controlled to block the attack. However, the newly awakened barrier was still fragile and crumbled instantly. In that critical moment, Lily shielded Mesa with her body. At the same time, Kunai dramatically appeared in her maid outfit. The green-haired demon, unable to resist the sight of the maid, switched sides immediately. Kunai urged Masa to heal Lily quickly. Masa channeled his master power into Lily, rejuvenating her. Soon after, Hina and Mochi arrived to help, having received much care from Lily before. Mochi returned Lily's phone, having collected all the in-game stones for the game she loved, allowing her to enjoy the game fully after the ordeal. Lily was overjoyed, giving Mochi the brightest smile, which made him feel his life was complete. However, the immediate task was to deal with the two humanoid demons. Kunai, being the highest level among them, took command of the battle. She and Mochi led the charge, with Hina supporting from behind. Although Hina only knew basic ninja techniques, she had mastered them to a formidable level, surpassing even Kunai in the power of her flames. Seeing this, Mochi acted out, asking Hina to hit him with an even stronger technique. He planned to use himself as bait to lure one of the demons to his position, so Hina could strike both him and the demon. Unaware of Mochi's masochistic tendencies, Kunai and Hina thought he was an exceptionally enlightened ninja. With these intentions, Mochi charged at the green-haired demon, who panicked and ran. Meanwhile, Kunai stayed to battle the pink-haired demon. Hina followed Mochi, and soon the green-haired demon was cornered, terrified as Mochi approached. Mochi grabbed his wrist, giving Hina the chance to launch her flaming attack, engulfing them both in fire, thrilling Mochi. However, the green-haired demon was unharmed, praising Hina's technique for forcing him to use his full defensive barrier. Due to Hina's high attack power, he decided he needed to deal with her first. At that moment, Mochi burst from the flames and sent the green-haired demon flying, claiming his earlier antics were intentional to make the demon fight seriously. After speaking, Mochi deactivated his female form. It turns out that the feminization technique was a transformation jutsu created by Mochi himself. This ninja technique can maintain a feminized state semi-permanently when energy levels are sufficient, but it continuously consumes energy and causes a persistent debuff state. The only way to reverse it is to sustain a certain level of damage in battle. Once the technique is deactivated, the debuff effects on Mochi disappear immediately, and he regains his full strength as an upper-level ninja. Meanwhile, Lily's injuries had also mostly healed. She told Masa that she would move out of the apartment after the battle ended. Lily surprisingly said she would move out of the apartment after the battle because she felt she not only failed to protect Masa, but also kept causing him trouble. This forced him to awaken the master's power, making her feel utterly useless and ashamed to continue living off Masa without contributing. However, Masa countered that he was the one always protected, always waiting for Lily to save him without trying to understand anything, and just depending on her. Before meeting Lily, he was aimless and like a zombie. Living with Lily made him realize the joy of being needed, filling the void inside him. He wanted to maintain this life and protect what truly mattered to him, ensuring Lily could continue her carefree otaku lifestyle. He was willing to give everything for this, capturing Lily's heart instantly. She kissed him, sealing a formal ninja contract with a massive spell circle appearing beneath them, binding them inseparably and enhancing Lily's powers. Her teammates were nearly overwhelmed, but with Lily's arrival, they knew victory was certain. Yet before the fight started, Lily faced a big challenge as she had only 5 minutes left to pull from a limited gacha. She asked the enemy to wait while she finished, infuriating them into attacking. Lily dodged and desperately pulled from the gacha. Her powers boosted not just by the master's power, but also by her intense desire to pull the specific character. They held off for 5 minutes until both reached their frustration peak. The demon even attacked the game Lily was playing, but just then, Lily's phone showed she pulled the SSR she wanted. Excited, she knocked the demon away and thanked the gacha gods, vowing never to quit. After satisfying her gacha craving, Lily quickly turned serious and began lecturing her enemy about the game. Kunai then scolded her, but her casual attitude infuriated the demon again. However, this time, the demon collapsed and wept, making it look like Lily was the villain. As the demon's teammates returned, revealing their father had found them, they had to flee but exchanged names with Lily before leaving, concluding that ordeal. Just then, Lily fainted from pushing her limits, needing a few days' rest. Yet, Kunai was more curious about how Masa mastered the master's power so quickly. Masa knew nothing, but Saya explained that the power manipulates leyline energy to enhance ninja abilities, requiring a channel that normally takes years of training unless a forbidden technique forcibly opens it. Saya used this technique for Masa and Lily, closing her own chakras and losing her ninja abilities. Masa had sought Saya's help, vowing to maintain his relationship with Lily. Saya asked him to care for her daughter, revealing that Saya and Lily were mother and daughter. They had to sever their relationship when Lily was nominated as leader, though they later became mentor and mentee. Saya never felt she fulfilled her maternal duties. As she was about to touch her daughter's face, Lily woke up, checked her phone for the gacha character, and realized the seriousness of the situation. Saya apologized, but Lily held no grudges, resolving the matter peacefully. Masa and Lily then remembered their kiss, and everyone left, giving space to the couple, filling the room with a romantic atmosphere. On the other side, Mochi was desperately sniffing Lily's lingering scent to regain his strength and revert to female form. The next day, Masa left home early to finish work sooner and take care of Lily. Upon hearing this, Asakura indulged in some inappropriate fantasies. After returning home, Masa first visited Saya to thank her. This gratitude wasn't just for recent events. Saya had helped them before and had secretly investigated Masa's origins. Orphaned young and raised by a non-samurai family, Masa was frail and distant due to invisible demons, finding solace only in video games. At a gaming tournament where he won first place, a young Lily cheered wildly for him, calling him Big Brother and insisting on playing games together. It was the first time Masa encountered such a lively child and happily joined her. Back then, Lily had run away from home, heartbroken over being forced to cut ties with her parents. But it wasn't Masa who helped Lily. Rather, Lily saved the lonely Masa. The naive young girl even made a light-hearted vow to make Masa her master and protect him, so he would never cry again. Suddenly, a demon appeared. and Lily rushed to fight it but was overpowered due to her young age. Masa could only protect her with his small body until Saya arrived, killed the demon, erased their memories, and took Lily away. Circumstances led them to become master and servant. And since then, Lily trained harder as if she had a master to serve, never forgetting her gaming memories. Now, knowing the past Lily still exists in her heart is enough for Masa. Unbeknownst to them, Asakura overheard everything. When Masa arrived home, he found Lily secretly playing games. She explained she was just bored, but Masa didn't mind and joined her. Lily and others went to a bathhouse, where Mochi planned to give Lily a massage but was promptly submerged by her, commanding him not to come within 3 meters of her. They all used discount coupons from Saya, except for Kanai, who received a free pass, joking that even demon hunting doesn't match the perks of a ninja cafe. The female ninjas didn't forget to train even in the bathhouse, succumbing instantly to the massage chairs. Mochi remembered Lily's order and tried to approach her stealthily, but was met with a towel slap. Kanai, noticing Hina's chest, started comparing it with Momochi's, who was sweating over how to explain his physique without revealing it was self-created. Amidst this tension, they sensed a demon's presence. Screams from the men's bath led them there. Hina and Nakayama's first reaction was to flaunt their relationship, annoying Kanai, who deployed a mirror barrier to teach the unseeing demon a lesson. However, she was petrified upon seeing the demon because it was an octopus, her greatest fear. Unable to fight properly without their ninja suits, which were in the changing room, Lily and Hina struggled. An octopus slap sent Mochi flying, and it squirted black ink, dissolving their swimsuits. Hina tried to use her ninja skills but failed when Nakayama's cheer startled her. Masa cleverly used a wooden bucket and towels to cover their eyes, allowing them to fight confidently. But before they could act, the octopus captured them with its tentacles, draining their energy. Kanai fainted again upon waking. As another tentacle reached for Masa and the others, Mochi kicked it away, disgusted by the tentacle play in front of him, vowing never to allow such disgrace. Mochi started fighting the octopus intensely, which quickly improved his standing in Lily's eyes. However, the next moment, seeing Lily caught in a tentacle play scenario, he couldn't help but smirk. He snapped back to reality and continued the attack. Unfortunately, the octopus kept draining energy from Lily and Hina, and Mochi was no match for it. Eventually, he too was captured. But then, a miracle occurred. The octopus couldn't handle Mochi's bizarre energy and passed out after ingesting a thick white liquid. Meanwhile, Masa empowered Lily, who instantly revived and punched the octopus demon to the moon, accidentally knocking off the towel on Masa's face, leaving them naked and face to face. Kanai woke up at mealtime only to faint again at the sight of octopus sashimi. Kanai had been away from her village too long, and her sister felt it wasn't sustainable and needed to bring her back to work. However, Kanai, enjoying her life deceiving otakus as a maid, was reluctant to leave. She was the top salesperson in the cafe, capturing the hearts and wallets of regulars. Now that Saya could no longer create mirror barrier charms, there seemed no need for Kanai to stay, but seeing her so happy, her colleagues didn't remind her. Meanwhile, Kanai's sister arrived in the city for the first time and was shocked to see men and women hugging and kissing openly, accusing them of indecency. Yet, she was criticized for her own revealing ninja outfit, which quickly drew a crowd. Dizzy, she bumped into Lily, recognizing her as the ninja from the neighboring village. Lily, surprised to meet Yuzu, learned she came looking for her sister. Recalling Kanai's current situation, Lily asked what Yuzu planned to do, sensing her intentions weren't friendly. Lily discreetly covered for Kanai, claiming ignorance of her whereabouts. They then ran into Hina, who mentioned she was delivering an important outfit to Kanai from the cafe. Yuzu rushed to the cafe and was shocked to see her admired sister in such a disgraceful state, but hugged her, crying from missing her. The sisters reunited joyfully, but Yuzu soon questioned why Kanai could wear such revealing clothes without shame, fearing city life had corrupted her. With customers watching, Kanai couldn't explain properly and maintained her tsundere act, claiming she wasn't doing it because she liked it, but didn't hate it enough to quit. This made her fans ecstatic, but Yuzu ran away devastated, calling her sister a traitor. After running out of the store, Yuzu walked the streets, dazed and unable to believe the transformation of her sister. Unfortunately, this made her a target for some troublemakers. Meanwhile, Lily was urging Kunai to go look for her sister, but Kunai was still upset. However, anyone would be shocked to see their admired sister dressed like that. The two almost started arguing again when Hina quickly intervened. Kunai then changed her clothes and went back to her job as a maid, but her regular customers could tell she was distracted and advised her to go find her sister, promising to wait for her return. Unable to hold back any longer, Kunai left work to search for Yuzu, who by then was surrounded by a few men. Angry, Yuzu was ready to teach them a lesson when fortunately, Lily and Hina arrived just in time. However, Yuzu accidentally knocked Lily away with a punch, which scared off the men. Despite this, Yuzu was still upset, crying and calling her sister stupid. At that moment, Saya handed her a handkerchief and revealed that she was the maker of the mirror barrier charms, but could no longer produce them due to certain events. This made Yuzu even more upset, suspecting that Saya might have tricked Kunai into staying. Saya then explained the truth. After that night, she had told Kunai that she was free to leave any time since there was no reason to stay. To Yuzu's surprise, Kunai had chosen to stay to learn how to make barrier charms from Saya, with the condition that she continue working as a maid. This comforted Yuzu, realizing that her sister had not forgotten their village and was still thinking about it as its leader. Soon after, Kunai arrived and embraced her sister, finally reconciling. They recalled their promise to become stronger together and protect their ninja village. Yuzu thought to herself that she truly loved her sister the most. That evening, the Ninja Cafe hosted a special event featuring a stunning performance by the signature maid, Kunai, which thrilled the audience. Additionally, a super rookie maid made her debut, Kunai's sister, Yuzu. The appearance of both sisters was too much for the fans to handle. Kunai went all out, performing enthusiastically as a cat, but for Yuzu, these acts were still too embarrassing. Unable to accept her sister in this role, she ended up crying and running out again. Lily and Masa's relationship suddenly faced a major crisis, all because of Asakura. She had been spying on them and discovered that Masa did not go straight home after work, but visited his landlord's house instead. After much thought, Asakura decided to inform Lily about this. However, upon arriving at Lily's house, she realized how presumptuous it was to come uninvited, especially since she had never really spoken to Lily before. Lily, who was more nervous, found high school girls scarier than demons, as most otakus are socially anxious. Asakura mentioned she had something to discuss about Masa, which made Lily extremely anxious, wondering if the high school girl had any relationship with Masa. Overwhelmed by a sense of crisis, Lily tried to reassure herself that Masa had chosen her after all. She thought, how could Masa be interested in a mere kid? But then again, how could any man resist a high school girl? Even though she trusted Masa, he was still a man. Asakura, sensing a murderous vibe from Lily, hurriedly blurted out what she had seen. Masa coming out of another woman's room. Unable to ignore such an incident of potential infidelity, Asakura felt compelled to speak up. Lily, momentarily dumbfounded, insisted on hearing every detail. As she listened, she realized something was off. The woman was the landlord. Lily then understood that the two must have made some arrangement for her sake. So, not only had Masa not cheated, but he had also shown more concern for her than she had expected. Lily comforted Asakura and thanked her for sharing the information. Seeing Lily's apologetic smile, Asakura seemed to understand what Masa meant by his earlier words. The smile made everything seem inconsequential. Moreover, the house was clean, suggesting that Masa wasn't handling all the chores alone. But the next moment, heaps of trash burst from a cupboard. It turned out Lily had just stuffed all the garbage inside, still the clumsy otaku. However, Asakura came to understand some of Masa's personal quirks, seeing them as a form of love. When Masa came home from work and saw the scene, he remained silent. Afterward, Asakura shared with her friends that while sincere expressions of love are sweet, this kind of mutually indulgent love was also quite nice. Meanwhile, Lily wrapped herself in a blanket, vowing never to interact with the neighbors again and never to leave her room for the rest of her life. Masa felt it was a shame as he had wanted to invite Lily to go shopping in Akihabara next time. Just the mention of Akihabara instantly energized Lily, making her eager to go right away. Just as Lily and Masa's relationship crisis was resolving, Hina and Nakayama faced their own emotional turmoil. Before leaving the house that day, Nakayama informed Hina that he would have to work late. On the other side, Mochi was still hunting for demons to torment. Ever since the appearance of those two humanoid demons, he couldn't forget the powerful strike Hina had delivered to him. It was the strongest hit he had ever taken, even more thrilling than those from Lily. Could Hina also be a prodigious talent? Mochi felt shaken and channeled his confusion into anger, unleashing it on the demons. Eventually, he sought out Hina, hoping to train with her, claiming it was all for protecting Lady Lily, and not because he wanted to experience that strike again. Hina was immediately energized when she heard this, promising to perform even stronger ninjutsu than before. Excited, the two went outside to a park near Nakayama's office. Hina planned to train and then pick up her master from work, feeling very happy. However, the fireball she mustered with all her might ended up being tiny. Mochi was hugely disappointed. No matter how hard Hina tried, she couldn't perform as well as last time and couldn't bring herself to attack Mochi, considering they were important allies. Mochi yelled, "Who wants to be your partner? I want to be your dog." To make Hina less hesitant, Mochi disguised himself as a trash bag, making the young girl retreat and question if this was really just training. This made Mochi realize that he truly belonged to Lady Lily. Just then, Hina spotted a familiar person. Her master was laughing and walking with another woman, despite telling her that morning he had to work late. Angered, Hina's unlucky nature awakened to an unprecedented level, giving Mochi an unparalleled thrill, even more intense than what Lily had provided. Indeed, Hina was a talent. When he regained consciousness, his ninjutsu had worn off. But Mochi was thrilled, thinking if his strength could perfectly align with Hina's ninjutsu, they would be unbeatable, serving Lady Lily even better. After such an event, Hina left him there, showing great potential for the future. Back at his place, Mochi took out a maid outfit worn by Lady Lily to restore his energy and revert to a woman. However, a gust of wind blew the maid outfit away, as Hina's bad luck was indeed contagious. Meanwhile, Hina was on the phone with Lily while cooking for Nakayama, despite him saying he didn't need dinner. After seeing such a scene, how could she ignore it? Lily thought they were just a loving couple and didn't overthink it. Yet, Hina's bad luck spread to her too. Just as her game's energy bar filled and she was about to make a winning move, her phone broke. At that moment, a gloomy atmosphere filled their home. Hina and Kanai, both troubled, ended up venting at Lily's house. Hina was upset over her master's actions, while Kanai was troubled by her sister. Being Lily's good friends, the kind-hearted Masa cooked for them. As a happy ninja, Lily felt it was her duty to comfort these unfortunate Kunoichi. However, she forgot how low her alcohol tolerance was. After just one beer, she became wildly drunk and boastfully flaunted her relationship with Masa. Suddenly, someone rang the doorbell, and Masa went to answer it. Unbeknownst to them, Mochi had sneaked in, planning to steal some of Lily's clothes. He was doing this not out of desire, but to replenish the energy needed for his transformation technique. Mochi rummaged through Lily's intimate apparel while she remained oblivious. The person at the door was Hina's master, Nakayama, who asked why Hina was there. Hina angrily retorted, "Weren't you also with that woman?" The next second, Nakayama surprised her with a necklace, explaining he had asked a colleague to help pick a gift since it was the 100th day anniversary of their first handholding. The two then openly displayed their affection, much to Lily's annoyance. She quickly pulled Masa over for some closeness. Though he was rather wooden, he still let her lean on him. In the room, two couples were being affectionate, leaving Kanai feeling left out as she was still troubled by her relationship with her sister. She angrily demanded that Lily and Hina teach her how to attract men. Just then, Saya, now semi-retired and turning to alcohol to soothe her sorrows, walked in. She put Kanai in a bunny girl outfit and had her pose shamefully while everyone took photos. Hearing the compliments, Kanai got excited, proving once again how easily tsunderes are flattered. Unexpectedly, Yuzu visited and was shocked by the smell of alcohol in her sister's attire. Just as she was starting to accept her sister's sacrifices for their village, Kanai tried to get her to wear the outfit too. Saya reassured her, "Don't worry, we're all in this together." However, Yuzu couldn't accept it and ran out crying, while the beautiful Kunoichi all donned matching bunny outfits. Meanwhile, Mochi revived on the spot thanks to Lily's intimate apparel and carelessly walked out, only to be caught by Lily and the others. Naturally, he received a fierce punch from Lily, which he found exhilarating. Unaware, everyone eventually passed out drunk. Masa and Lily enjoyed a rare moment alone on the balcony. When Lily sobered up, she felt embarrassed about her drunken behavior, but Masa said he was used to it and actually enjoyed seeing her like that. Before her, his life was like that of a zombie, but it had become colorful with her arrival. Her radiant smile brightened his once dull life. Doing anything for Lily was his happiness. As long as Lily smiled naturally, no matter the circumstances, It was an irreplaceable treasure for him, because Masa loved Lily the most. Blushing, Lily responded that she loved him the most too. Just as they were about to kiss, the two humanoid demons fell from the sky, interrupting them. Angry, Lily harnessed Masa's power and fiercely sent them back. And so Lily's NEET life was just beginning.